Alright, welcome back, good people. On this video, I'm titling it Consultant because that's the type of business that I want you to think about starting for yourself, a consultant. Now, you may be asking yourself, what can I consult about, right? Or do I need to be certified to become a consultant? And the answer to that is no, you don't have to be. You can get certified, that's not a problem. But you can become an entrepreneur under the umbrella of consultant without being certified. Did you know that? Right, you can do that. And you can make a lot of money legally doing that. Now, you probably can make more money certified, but you may not. Money may not be your objective. What may be your objective is helping people, right? Which goes in line with becoming a consultant. You help people with their issues based on your knowledge of something, right? But what I want to do with this video series this week was to talk about the actual business relationship between from the start to finish process. In other words, once you decide to start a business, then you would start a business as a consultant. Right, so I'm going to read some things I did some research on this week to share with you about that process and let it kind of marinate in your mind, and that will give you more of a decision or understanding of whether or not that's something that interests you. Because just like anything else, everything is not for everybody. And please know that. And when you're listening to me or watching me on these videos, if I say something that kind of is a disconnect from you, you'll turn it off, and you can do that. And I do the same thing with videos that I'm like, if it's not interesting or I'm not getting anything from it, I'm going to the next one, because we're all seeking information, but mostly in line with what we like, what we enjoy, the things that benefit us. So, as a consultant, you get to help people who are kind of like you, because what you would be consulting about is what you enjoy, what you know about. And that's what my system teaches you how to do, is get an understanding of how easy that is for you. Actually, it's like, what's your hobby? Do you have a hobby? Many of us have hobbies. Some people are collectors. Some people are gamers, where they play games online or whatever. But whatever that is for you, you can learn that inside and out, so to speak. And once you know that inside and out, you can teach that via videos, audios, books, blogs, whatever concept you want to set up for yourself, And it's easy today. It's actually like boom, boom, boom. It's so simple that everybody should be doing it right now, doing something right now. Because what it will do is it will elevate you to another level, right? It's like once you get a certain amount of understanding, then you're no longer on level 1. Now you're on level 2. Then you go to level 3, then on and on, right? And once you start to generate money from that process, it changes the whole dynamics of things. Because you know enough to know where to put your money to grow your business, right? And that's how the system works. That's exactly where you want to be positioned, so that you can invest in you and grow, right? So I'm going to start with consultant. It says a consultant, from Latin consultare, to deliberate, is a professional who provides expert advice in a particular area, which is who you would be, the professional. Have you ever thought about that? When I began my journey on this entrepreneurial journey, not in the beginning, because I didn't really think about what I'm about to tell you on that level from day one. But it took me about 5 years of different businesses that I started to realize, you know what? I'm going to be considered an expert, or I'm going to be considered a professional, right? Because a lot of times our mind doesn't go there. I might know a lot about it, but I'm not a professional, something like that, right? You don't have to really be, you don't have to know everything about it. That's not what's required. What's required is that you know more than the next person, because you can help them, right? If I needed to go to steps 1, 2, and 3, And I could get to steps 1 and 2, but I couldn't get to 3. But you knew how to get to 3. You don't have to be an expert. You're going to help me get to 3. That's my goal, is to get to 3. Right? All right, continuing on. A consultant is usually an expert or an experienced professional in a specific field and has a wide knowledge of the subject matter, which is why you want this subject to be something you already like, something you already enjoy. It could even be something you already love and know a lot about. It could be that easy for you, because once it's like that, all you have to do is just set up the system that will allow you to introduce that in different formats, right? Whether it's videos or audios or blogs or whatever modality you decide you're comfortable with initially, right? You want to put your effort into that, because doing that is how you will continue, because it has to be repetitious. You're not going to be able to do it once a week. You're not going to be able to do it once a month. You're going to have to do it regularly until you get familiar and comfortable with it. Just like anything else. If you want to lose weight and you want to go to the gym, you can't go to the gym on Mondays and don't go again till the next Monday. That's not the way it works, because you're doing things during that time that's going to get you back off track. So you're going to have to build a system, something that you can do automatically. And, initially you're going to be saying things like, oh, I got to do this again, or I got to do that again. That's just part of it. But once you get good at it and get the understanding and start to benefit from it, you start to look forward to it. That's why they say entrepreneurs online, they're always working 7 days a week, 365 days a year, because it's so simple and we love it so much. And it's true, we do. I mean, I've made videos on Christmas, my birthday, holidays, just different. Every day is the same, because you can do what you want to any day. If I want to travel here, I can travel there today and still run my business, right? And that's the system you want to set up. Of course, you have to grow to that point, but that's possible. It's very doable, and it won't take you a lifetime if you start. Okay, continuing on. 2 types of consultants. Internal consultant, someone who operates within an organization but is available to be consulted on areas of their specialization by other departments or individuals acting as clients. And then you have the external consultant, someone who is employed externally to the client, either by a consulting firm or some other agency whose expertise is provided on a temporary basis, and usually for a fee. Consulting firms range in size from sole proprietorship, which is what you would be, consisting of a single consultant, small business consisting of a small number of consultants, to mid to large consulting firms, which in some cases are multinational corporations. This type of consultant generally engages with multiple and changing clients, which are typically companies like nonprofit organizations or governments. By hiring a consultant, clients have access to deeper levels of expertise than would be financially feasible for them to retain in-house on a long-term basis. Moreover, clients can control their expenditures on consulting services by only purchasing as much services from the outside consultant as desired. So you see, the understanding that you would need to get is very minimal about all the things necessary for you to start this journey, for you to begin this venture. Because the hard part is focusing on your ideal client. Who would your ideal client be for what you're good at? Right? If you are good at singing, your ideal client would be someone who can book singers, right? That would be someone that you would want to add to your Rolodex, right? Because you want to be associated with that. You want to be a name that comes up when someone thinks about that type of thing. All right, continuing on. Consultants provide their advice to their clients in a variety of forms, like reports and presentations are often used. However, in some specialized field, the consultant may develop customized software or other products for their clients. Depending on the nature of the consultant services and the wishes of the clients, the advice from the consultant may be made public by placing the report or presentation online, or the advice may be kept confidential and only give to the senior executives of the organization paying for the consulting services. And your consulting services can vary, can range basically from what you want to do is you want to identify the other competition in your niche and find out what they're charging, and kind of, govern yourself accordingly, right? Based on your expertise, because you got to understand when you're dealing with professionals, they identify professionals. They can identify whether or not you're a professional, whether you're new to the game. That's how that works. That's one of the benefits of being there, right? So don't misrepresent yourself. Don't say you're more than you're not. Always be honest with that. And then that is what people will be open to. They will be receptive to your honesty. Because just because you're not making $500,000 a year doesn't mean that you don't know anything. It doesn't mean that you don't have value. And it doesn't mean that what you know can't help them. Share that information. Explain to them how you believe that after assessing the situation, you can help their company or you can help them individually. I personally like to help individuals. My client base are individuals. Now, from time to time, companies will hire you to come in and speak, or because I'm a speaker also, and they'll hire your services. But when you hire out your services from a consultant, you have to realize that you're only a one-person consultant, right? So if you have a large corporation, you're going to need more than you. You're going to need some other outside resources. You're going to have a system in place to handle that, unless you're versed enough on that, right? It only makes sense, right? Continuing on, it says, the way they work. The range of areas of expertise covered by the term consultant is wide. One of the more common types of management is the more common type of management consulting. It says consulting and the means by which the external consultant is engaged vary according to industry and local practice. However, the principal difference between a consultant and a temp is generally one of direction. A consultant or temp is engaged to fulfill a brief in terms of helping to find solutions to specific issues, but the ways in which that is done generally falls on a consultant to decide. Now, the second difference is that temp, a slang term, is generally used for labor-orientated work, whereas an external consultant is generally used for service-orientated. It's hard for me to say that, orientated, work. Consultants and temps are those that work for clients. Both of them are non-employees of an organization, and both work on the basis of contract terms. So what I like to do, and the way I run my company, is I have a 90-day contract, and that 90-day contract is initially to for me to help you set up the foundation of your business. And once that's done, we'll make a determination as to whether or not you want to continue with my services or you want to go to another level. And now, if you want to continue with my services, we'll just continue on a monthly fee that I have set for the type of clients that I bring in, right? So you'll make that decision along your journey as well, how you want to charge, how you want to set your structure up. But all that will come. That's not nothing you need to focus on right now. What you need to do is make a decision that this is something that you're going to look into, right? That's not too much to ask. Just look into it and see if it fits, if it feels good to you. And if it does, take action. Start to be around people who are also taking action on something, because that's really relevant. Because the more people that you are around, if it's only one person that can hold you accountable, the better, right? All right, I'm gonna see you in the next video. My name is Larry James. My company is SpeakerLarry.com.